Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not an eater any of these blokes. There are a few people I know in this game though. This is Team Efficiency Bolognese in the Object 140. The Object 140, very popular tier 10 Russian medium tank, and he has been grinding out his mediums and doing a few epic battles. You can see him on live streaming on Twitch, as well as playing in the WGL. Links will be down below, as long as I remember to do it. Of course, Bolognese in on Abbey in this map, and a couple of my old mates from 1AR in this game too, the Money Shot and Tugboat. In this tier 10 battle, just 5 tier 10s on each team, and Bolognese not stuffing around, getting straight up to where all the action happens. Over on the east, doesn't manage to penetrate that shot into the Centurion, does pick up a little bit of assisted damage though. Keeps moving forward, and you can see down the bottom he's got that extra combat rations running, which you do see a lot of very good players doing that to improve the improve everything, including the rate of fire, speed, camouflage, value, aim time, and all that kind of stuff. Picks up his first kill, starting to move forward on that eastern flank. Bit of side scraping sort of going on there. The T54 lightweight getting a little bit up close and personal. You can see Bolognese looking at that mouse. He'll be thinking this might be a challenging thing to get through. Goes for the tracking shot. Picks up some assisted damage, I think, or maybe it was a T54 lightweight that actually tracked him. Look, you can see there, Bolognese aiming for another tracking shot to keep that mouse out in the open. He'll be hoping artillery will continue to aim towards the big tier 10. German heavy tank, 1 zips the score. Mainly focusing on trying to keep that mouse tracked. Shoots the track again, up to 1,081 assisted damage, 1,216 damage done. And you can see in between tracking shots is trying to chip away at the health of that big Russian mouse. Tracks him again. He's down to 620, 341 hit points now as Bolognese pulls back, puts a shot into the side of the cheek, doesn't pick up the kill, leaves him on 23 hit points, but he'll be happy he won that engagement. Up to 1,834 damage. This is a bit of a fast and a furious battle. This one shoots into the Stritzwagen 103B. Is kicking back there, trying to get that Swedish gun firing away. Looks like he might be shooting maybe at the T10. So Bolognese making the most of that opportunity. The Swedish tank destroyer looks like he's not aiming at him, so he's going to continue to put damage into the TD. That one bounces, 2,500 damage done, 2,000 assisted damage. 4 zip, he'll be pretty confident on the win. 5 zip now as the E50 goes down to that T54 lightweight. 6 zip on Abbey now, continues to roll forward. Looks like that Stritzwagen might be about to go into the drink. Bit of action happening on the west. You can see 3 or 4 enemy tanks up against 3 friendlies. Bolognese wants the kill shot, he gets it. I thought he might have went for a little bit of a swim there, but he didn't. And of course, Leopard PTA not too impressed with the performance of the RU-251, but often you see that. You do see that when people die, they often start blaming the team, unfortunately. But here is Bolognese. The score's 7-1, 2,713 damage. Make that over 3,000 now as he puts a shot into the Jag Tiger. And he'll be looking at just there. Will be nicely. Bounces the shell from the Tortoise for 400 block damage. 7-1 still the score. You've still got plenty of health, and that's the thing when you're in a medium tank. And you've still got plenty of hit points. And you've still got plenty of hit points up your sleeve. You can afford to push into these tanks and grab those kills. 3 kills to Bolognese. Not sure who just fired towards him. Was it one of these tanks over there? I'm not too sure. It might have been the Tortoise. Who knows? 2 Tortoises left on the enemy team, as well as the IS-7, the Foch 155, and the artillery and the M103, and the Leopard PTA. So still plenty of hit points up for grabs. 4,277 damage done, 2,000 assisted damage, and this is what I mean about being when you're on reasonably high health in a medium. You can get up close and personal to the remaining tanks, especially something as slow and lumbering as the Tortoise. He uses his last premium shell into the tier 9 British tank destroyer. Again goes for a tracking shot. His damage is already up to nearly 5,000. Over 2,000 assisted damage. And now he does cop 1 damaging shot from the Tortoise, but with the Tortoise tracked and without a turret, Team Efficiency Bolognese picks up kill number 4 and brings his damage count up to 5,206 hit points. The score is 11-4. The score is 11-4, 12-4 now as my old mate the money shot picks up the kill on that Fock. 155, that's the auto-loading French tank destroyer that's got 3 big shells in it, and Bolognese can see the FV215B183 pretty much all alone down there in the south with the T30 up against an IS-7, but is no dummy. Just going to pick up a quick kill on the way before he goes to help out the rest of the team. That FV down to 422. That's my old mate money shot from 1AR. He's on 2 kills. Looks like he's just put a pretty big shell into that IS-7, and Bolognese will be hoping for a top gun here. 1 remaining tank down to 310 hit points, and that 1 shot should be enough. He'll be hoping he gets the kill. Something just shot it for 9 hit points, but just misses out on the top gun. 15-5 in the end. A pretty comfortable victory on Abbey for my old mate Bolognese from Team Efficiency, and also he's playing with Pyro at the moment in the current campaign. But not only is that an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, have a look at that. 3 marks of excellence. 3 marks of excellence for TE Bolognese. In the Object 140, the Ace Tanker Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter and 5 for effect. He had an absolute ripper. 5,307 damage, 5 kills, 1,281 base experience. Unlucky not to get the top gun. Missed out by, I reckon, about maybe 2 or maybe 3 seconds at the end going for that IS-7. But he did also, he got that artillery kill on the way. So maybe 5 kills is fair. But 5,307 certainly carried the hell out of that one. Cost him some coin. Nearly 14,000 credits, even with a 47,000 credit bonus for the personal reserves, and that's because he used up all of his premium ammunition. He fired 31 shots, 29 hit, 18 did damage, 5,307, 2,765 damage block, but have a look at that, 3 marks of excellence. That is absolutely fantastic for Bolognese. In the Object 140, the Tier 10, what is it? The Tier 10 Russian medium tank on Abbey. As we move into the second game in this double shot of Tier 10 Russian medium tank action featuring my old mate Team Efficiency Bolognese. And like I said earlier, check him out on Twitch. He's also on the in the WGL, the Wargaming Gold League competition, which I think is wound up for Christmas by now, but I'm sure that'll fire up again in the new year sooner or later. That's the 7 versus 7 at Tier 10, similar to Clan Wars, the Operation Gambit campaign, which is happening on the Asian as well as some of the other servers, and this is one of the reward tanks. If you are doing it, look, by the time this video comes up, it'll probably be just about all over, or maybe still have a few days to go. In fact, I think it will have a few days to go. Bolognese, you can see he's got 2 marks of excellence on the Object 907. Now, the Object 907 is one of, I think it's 4 reward tanks. There's an M60, which is an American tank. There's also the big German heavy, the VK7201K, up for grabs. Chinese 121B. And of course, to get those tanks, you need to place in the top 1,400 players on the Operation Gambit in the Clan Wars, and you can pick which tank you want to go. But anyway, let's have a look. TE Bolognese in the Object 907. It's got looks like it's got a similar gun to the Object 140, 100mm, 320 damage, 264 penetration with APCR, which is standard, 330 with the heat rounds. Now, Bolognese, you can see he's got the heat rounds loaded for starters. He puts a shot into the side of the T10, and it looks to me like he's working on a few of those marks of excellence you saw not too long ago. You saw his 3rd mark of excellence came in the Object 140, and that's no mean feat. It's a very, very popular tank, the Object 140, and the T62A, of course. Similar, almost as popular as the Batchat, I would have to say. Like, it's a very popular tank, which gets used a lot in Clan Wars. So to 3 mark it, that's a massive achievement, in my opinion, anyway. Bolognese in the 907, looking at some cheeky shots into these heavy tanks that have sort of got themselves into a little bit of an awkward position there on the map. You can see lots of Bolognese's teammates sort of hanging around there as he puts a blind shot towards where I think it was the Type 4, might have been. That Type 4 is down to 130 health. Still got 19 premium shells left, 20 of the standard, and like I said in the last game, he's running extra combat rations, which you do see a lot of good players. I'm lucky enough to see a lot of good players replays, including Bolognese and some of the other guys from Pyro. Of course, Bolognese with the Team Efficiency lads did join Pyro for the campaign. It'll be interesting to see if they stay there or not, or if they focus more on their WGL and live streaming kind of stuff 0-1. They've only lost the T10, but that evens it up. Fires clutch and kills the Type 4 Heavy at Tier 9. The IS3 unfortunately went down to the AMX CDA 105, and now Bolognese is saying enough of this stuff around. I need to get rid of some of these. He switches back to APCR rounds because he shouldn't need premium ammunition up against an IS3. He's just trying to stay away from the IS3. He doesn't want to take any damage if he doesn't have to. Auto aims and shoots, but it doesn't go through. Bounces a shot from the Lorraine. Gets a shot into the IS3. Looks like he might have been looking for the tracking shot there as well. Staying away from that gun, and that IS3 is just wasting his time trying to catch Bolognese by turning that gun around. Picks up his second kill, and he was just playing with that IS3. Now that artillery shell for 86 hit points came from the M53, M55, which is not the enemy artillery. The enemy only has one artillery, and it's a T92. Unfortunately, with the changes in enemy in any artillery, with all that splash stuff, if you're driving an artillery, try not to shoot your teammates when they're doing stuff like that. Anyway, the score's 3-4. He's going to have to do something to turn this one around. Gets a penetrating shot into the T10. Sticking with standard ammunition, gets the kill as well. That's 3 kills. Even with 3 kills, the score's still 5 apiece. The tanks are just going down all over the place. TE Bolognese in the Object 907 in Swamp, going for the, looks like he might be going for the middle of Swamp, maybe trying to get some vision in the north, not sure. But I guess when the enemy team are up there, why not just kick back over here and start putting some shots into these tanks. That shot didn't go through the T62A. That shot actually missed. Down to 8 standard shells left, but he won't care. He'll keep chipping away at this medium tank, the T62A, 5 all, and getting rid of a Tier 10 on the enemy team when there's only 3 Tier 10s. Is probably a pretty good decision. Tank still going down left, right, and centre though. 5-7 to score now. Bolognese knows that he's going to have to pick up some kills here. Two of the enemy teams' tanks go down, and looking towards that M4190 on that's on the other side of the hill. Wants to get the T62A. T62A does shoot Bolognese. These tracks eat the shot, but he's starting to get shot a little bit now. Down to 889 hit points. The score is 7-8. Needs to do something to turn this around. 2 mark of excellence on that gun barrel. Will this be a third? Let's see how we go. Down by 1 tank. 3 Tier 10 tanks still left on both teams. Of course, it's Bolognese. It's the FV4 005. That's the big British tank destroyer who looks like he is down in the south. And of course, the Tier 10 artillery. Enemy team has the T92 HMC, which is starting to confuse me to no end. Of course, the T92 is now a premium light tank, so the T92 HMC is the name that Wargaming have changed to give to the Tier 10 arty. And of course, they've got an Object 263 and a T62A. That T62A down to 162 hit points, and you can see now that Lorraine 40 has seen what's going on and thought, no, we really need to get rid of this tank. Bolognese looking for a shot, hoping it pokes. AMX 1390 in the end picked up the kill from down here in the central eastern part of the map. 10-11 is the score. Only down by 1 tank. He's down to 560 hit points. He bounces the Object 263 for 550. That could have been pretty painful for Bolognese. On the heat rounds now, gets a shot into the Scorpion G. Clearly those heat rounds are meant for the Object 263, but if that Scorpion G is going to keep coming forward, you may as well farm that damage. 10-11's the score. He's up to 5,288 damage already, 2,000 damage blocked. Of course, the 907, known for having pretty good, similar gun to the other Russian medium tanks, but just seems to have really well angled armour. That's the main selling point. Goes for a tracking shot into the 263, staying away from that gun. Picks up kill number 4. Cops a shot from the AMX CDA as well as artillery. Bit of aggro happening in the chat there from the I don't know what the story is there. that French artillery, that French tank destroyer on Bolognese's team. Who knows? Anyway, he's going for the T54. Wants to get rid of this T54, then he can focus on trying to get rid of that T92 HMC, who fired not too long ago. So he's probably still got a few seconds before he shoots again. And obviously that 1390 doing a good job chipping away at the T54. Bolognese picks up kill number 6, confirms the top gun, pulls back, and he's hoping artillery is not going to shoot in his direction right now, because he is down to 115 hit points. What's he going to do on Swamp? Wait for the 1390 to go first. 1390 on 435. I don't think hit points really matter. I think they're both pretty much one-shots for the T92. But having said that, the last shot from the T92, if you can see on the bottom left-hand side of the screen, only splashed Bolognese for 66 health, and I don't remember it stunning him. Or maybe it did, because his first aid kit is on the cooldown. The 1390 going up towards the northeast corner. Bolognese on 6 kills, 7,467 hit points of damage. That damage counter just kept going up. It pings A0. That's where he reckons it is. That's the direction that shot came from. And if they both go from two different directions, sure, the T92 might get a shot off, but more importantly, they should be able to get the kill. The 1390 puts a shot into the T92. 2 shots into him. Sounds like the T92 just fired. Will Bolognese pick up kill number 7? Now, the 1390, well deserved to the 1390. It did deserve that kill, that's for sure. And a good, close, tight finish. 15-13 on Swamp. In the Object 907, that's a new... that's one of the Clan Wars reward tanks for Operation Gambit. Didn't pick up his 3rd mark of excellence in that one, but if you look pretty closely, he had 2 marks, and look, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another replay in this tank pretty soon. It's an Ace Taker Mastery Badge for Team Efficiency Bolognese. Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect and Shellproof, the high caliber. Of course, the Top Gun well and truly carried it. 7,467 hit points of damage, 6 kills, 1258 base experience, and he'd be chipping away towards that 3rd mark of excellence, which is such a massive achievement in my opinion. Nobody on the enemy team really stood up, even though it was a close game. They only won by 2 tanks, but nobody really did well. I mean, the artillery didn't do too badly, but the top damage dealers were tier 8s in that tier 10 game. Again, cost him some credits. Would have cost him double that if he didn't have this personal reserves going on. But he's clearly going for those 3 marks of excellence on as many tanks as he can. 40 shots fired, 36 hit, 27 went through. Some of those non-penetrating shots were pretty unlucky in my opinion, especially the side shots in the T62 and I think the T10 at the beginning of the game. But nonetheless, a pretty good ace with 7,500 damage from Team Efficiency Bolognese, and of course the 3 marks of excellence on the Object 140, which is absolutely massive. As usual, thanks for the replays, Bolt. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.